Chapter 2161, Not Easily Taken Advantage of. Rather, Xiaonan's question was more of whether Chief Zhu was still around. The last time she had visited Zhu Qinqi, she had heard his doctor say that he wouldn't last for many more days. But her stomach had grown from being inconspicuous to protruding. She was about to give birth, but she had not yet heard any bad news about Zhu Qinqi. Xiaonan wondered whether Zhu Qinqi was holding on for some reason. He's all right. At least, Chief Zhu's illness was under control and there were no major problems for the time being. I guess someone must be in a panic now that Chief Zhu's in such a condition. Wang Yang dared not take a step away from Zhu Qinqi, and people who did not understand the situation would inevitably praise Wang Yang for being filial and treating Zhu Qinqi like his biological father. Wang Yang's parents were still well and alive, and as they got older, their bodies were like machines that needed maintenance once in a while. When Wang Yang's biological parents had fallen sick, he had not been by their sides taking care of them. Instead, he had rushed to the capital to take care of Zhu Qinqi. People might even misunderstand that Wang Yang was a Zhu instead of a Wang and was Zhu Qinqi's biological son. Initially, there had been nothing much, but he had overdone some things. People were no fools, nor were they blind. They could tell whether Wang Yang was being sincere to Zhu Qinqi. Knowing that Zhu Qinqi was towing the line of death, that Wang Yang was the only relative Zhu Qinqi had left on earth, and how Wang Yang took care of Zhu Qinqi, there were many people who speculated that Zhu Qinqi would leave all of the Zhu family's assets to Wang Yang once he passed away. As such, there were many people who tried to suck up to Wang Yang and get close to him. These people were hoping that Wang Yang would take good care of them once he inherited the Zhu family's assets. But there were others who looked down on Wang Yang and felt that he was only treating Zhu Qinqi well because of his assets. No matter how much they looked down on Wang Yang, they were still jealous of Wang Yang's good fortune. Why couldn't they have an uncle like Zhu Qinqi who had power and status but lacked a son of his own? Everyone understood that. Even if they were not waiting for Zhu Qinqi's death, they were waiting to see if Wang Yang would indeed be able to rise up like a dragon once Zhu Qinqi passed on. Even though Zai Sheng did not mention Wang Yang's name, Xiaonan knew right away that Zai Sheng was talking about him. It was because of that Xiaonan got upset. Only she knew that Wang Yang had caused Zhu Baoquo's death. But she had no evidence. Besides, so many years had passed. There was no way of pursuing the matter anymore. Seeing that everything that should have belonged to Zhu Baoquo was about to land in Wang Yang's hands, Xiaonan was in a foul mood. In her dream, Xiaonan had regarded Zhu Baoquo almost as a son and had even taken care of him like he was her younger brother. Even though Zhu Baoquo had passed away a long time ago and she had not been able to meet Zhu Baoquo in this lifetime, Xiaonan's feelings toward Zhu Baoquo had not changed. For Zhu Baoquo's sake, Xiaonan refused to be on good terms with Wang Yang. She had wanted to find a way to teach Wang Yang a lesson and let him have a taste of his own medicine. Unfortunately, she was in no place to do that now that she was pregnant. She even had to watch others suck up to Wang Yang because of the Zhu family. Zai Sheng caressed Xiaonan's head and tried to convince her. Don't get upset. Wang Yang won't be able to be happy for long. He wanted to tell Nan Nan about certain things, but some people were holding him back. That was just as well, in case Nan Nan thought too much about it and was unable to sleep at night. Xiaonan pouted. What do you mean? I'm afraid that Wang Yang will enjoy this forever. If Wang Yang really got hold of the Zhu family's assets, would there really be a day when he would be down on luck? That won't happen, Nan Nan. Don't you think you're underestimating Chief Zhu? He had no idea why Nan Nan hated Wang Yang so much, but Wang Yang was problematic indeed. He could feel that. Even if Chief Zhu had not known that in the beginning, he would probably have realized that by now. Wang Yang's good days now mean nothing. Once Wang Yang feels as though he's succeeded, he'll soon realize that he's actually failed. Don't you like that? That would be exciting. Because Xiaonan hated Wang Yang, and Zhu Qinqi had already made his decision, Zai Sheng could only try to do his best as the middleman. What do you mean? Qiao Nan's eyes glinted. Are you hiding something from me? Seeing Qiao Nan, who had had her back to him, suddenly turned toward him in joy at this news, the usually calm and indifferent Zai Sheng was taken aback. Nonsense! Don't move so suddenly. Is your stomach comfortable? Her protruding belly was like a bunch of twisted hemp flowers. Zai Sheng felt that Qiao Nan had not twisted her body but his heart. Are you really all right? Does it hurt? No, not at all. It's fine. Qiao Nan patted her stomach gently as though she were patting a watermelon. She was so happy in that moment that she had nearly forgotten the reason she had been admitted. Also, stop beating around the bush. What did you mean earlier? What happened to Wang Yang? What are you hiding from me? You'd better be honest. I'm not telling you. Zai Sheng was slightly angry. Nan, this is between the Zhu family and Wang Yang. Don't you think you're caring about the wrong things? But I said that Zhu Chenqi is like my dad. Although he was just a godfather, her concern toward Zhu Chenqi was no less than that toward a biological father. Zai Sheng was doomed to lose against Qiao Nan. Now, Qiao Nan was not alone. With the 3 babies in her stomach, it was 4 against 1. Qiao Nan had 4 on her side while Zai Sheng was alone. Stroking Qiao Nan's head and glancing at her stomach, Zai Sheng had no other choice. All right. You just have to know that Chief Zhu isn't as weak as you think. As an old chief, an old fox, and an old hunter, one needs 9 lives and tremendous courage to plot against someone like Chief Zhu. In short, he wouldn't be taken advantage of so easily. Qiao Nan was confused by Zai Sheng, but she understood that Zhu Chenqi would not be tricked by Wang Yang so easily. Chapter 2162, Rare. Do you mean that Chief Zhu already knows about it? He knew that Wang Yang had something to do with Zhu Baoquo's death. I guess he has his suspicions. It's not like going to court. He doesn't necessarily need to have solid evidence if he has his suspicions. Chief Zhu had no intention of punishing Wang Yang with the law. But that did not mean that he would let the matter slide just like that. Everyone had to pay a price for his own actions. It was just a matter of when that would happen. He had never expected Wang Yang to be so capable and to have something to do with Zhu Baoquo's death. Actually, Zhu Chenqi had been the one to tell Zai Sheng about all these. Zai Sheng had been rather surprised when he first learned about it too. Nan, how did you know about Zhu Baoquo's matter? Zhu Chenqi himself had only suspected Wang Yang so many years after the incident. Nan did not even have anything to do with the Zhu family, so why had she had such suspicions? Qiao Nan suddenly lost her spirit, as though she had suddenly faced a huge blow. If I said that I overheard it one day, would you believe me? She remembered that she had not felt anything on the day of Zhu Baoquo's death in this lifetime. That day, she had taken the same path and had heard something going on inside. It seemed like there was a fight going on. Qiao Nan had been frightened by that and had immediately taken another route. When she met someone afterward, she made a mention of that. How was she to know that it had not been a fight but a whole bunch of people beating Zhu Baoquo up? It was because no one knew that Zhu Baoquo was the one being beaten up that the incident had not attracted much attention in the beginning. By the time someone went over, Zhu Baoquo had already been seriously injured. Seeing that Zhu Baoquo was in a critical condition, the gangsters who had beaten him up immediately fled. By the time Zhu Baoquo was admitted into the hospital, it was too late. Actually, Zhu Baoquo had already lost his vital signs along the way to the hospital. Because she had been too late, Zhu Baoquo had not been saved like he had been in Qiao Nan's dream. Qiao Nan had been rather affected by that incident. Perhaps, it was because of this that Qiao Nan had forgotten many things except this in her dream. She had saved Zhu Baoquo to make up for her regrets in the real world. When Qiao Nan recalled this situation after waking up, she could not help but suspect that Wang Yang had intended to do something more than ruining her reputation in front of Zhu Jinqi by sending Chen Jun to her. It was because she had found Zhu Baoqiu in time that he had been found in time and rescued. Since Zhu Baoqiu was still alive, that meant that Wang Yang could be exposed at any time. Only when Zhu Baoqiu took his last breath and could no longer out him would Wang Yang cease worrying. Before that, Wang Yang was being constantly tortured. It was because of that Wang Yang had wanted to get his revenge on her and let her have a taste of his fear and suffering. So that's the case. Zai Sheng finally understood why Qiao Nan cared so deeply about the Zhu family, why she was particularly stubborn when it came to Zhu Jinqi, and why she hated Wang Yang so deeply. Anyone who encountered such a situation in their teens would surely have a deep impression of the incident and hate the culprit. Moreover, Zai Sheng had already found out that Wang Yang had specifically gotten Chen Jun to create trouble. Wang Yang had wronged Qiao Nan. Chief Zhu and I will take care of this. Wang Yang may still be alive but he won't have a good life from now on. Sometimes, being alive is worse than dying. Wang Yang had been too ambitious and greedy. Because of that, he had exposed too many of his weaknesses and it would be easy to deal with him. Seeing as to how Chief Zhu's health was deteriorating by the day, Wang Yang would probably be rejoicing at this very moment. Zai Sheng could not wait to see how Wang Yang would look once Wang Yang realized that everything he yearned for that belonged to the Zhu family would never go to him. The Chen family isn't very clean. Do you mind? He had heard that Nan Nan treated the child quite well. That child was a Chen, and if anything went wrong with the Chen family, that child would definitely be affected. Qiao Nan had not expected Zai Sheng to have done so many things for her during her pregnancy. He had even set his target on the Chen family and was only waiting for a chance to deal with them once and for all. There's no need to overthink it. Let's just follow our conscience. If the Chen family is clean, we won't do anything to them. If they're not, we can't be blamed for anything that happens. All right, I understand. Wang Yang and the Chen family were all fair game. Neither of them was close to Nan Nan. Actually, ordinary citizens like Ding Ji and Qiao Zijin were harder to deal with. But the relationship between them and Nan Nan was truly too special, and given their statuses, they wouldn't be able to do anything too heinous anyway. They could simply rely on the law to punish them. After the couple's discussion, Zai Sheng asked Qiao Nan not to think about these matters anymore and to rest. Coincidentally, Qiao Zijin, who had been worrying about having no chance to get close to Qiao Nan, and having Qiao Dongliang hang up on her the moment she mentioned moving in with him, received a call from the most unlikely person. "Hello, who are you?" Initially, Qiao Zijin had not wanted to pick up the call from the unfamiliar number. This phone number was not only unfamiliar, but it was not even from Pingcheng. She knew no one from that city that this phone number was from, so Qiao Zijin rejected it without much thought. The strange thing was that the other party had called her 3 separate times. That was why Qiao Zijin had finally picked up the call. "It's me." This voice was so foreign that Qiao Zijin almost couldn't remember it. "It's you? Did the sun rise in the west today? Why are you calling me? That's not right. You got a new number and mine is new too. How did you get my number?" Chen Jun touched his forehead. "Have you forgotten which sector I work in?" As someone in the government sector, it was not difficult for him to look up such information. All he had to do was make a call to the local police station in Pingcheng to ask for the Qiao family's details. He, Qiao Zijin sneered. "It's been a year. Why are you suddenly calling me?" If he had nothing, Chen Jun would probably hope never to see her ever again in his life. In this 1 year that they'd been apart, Qiao Zijin had already gotten used to that. Chapter 2163, Joke. It was rare for Chen Jun to be calling her. What could have forced Chen Jun to call his ex-wife, who had cheated on him? Is there something wrong with Feng Feng? No, Feng Feng is fine. Of course, Chen Jun would care about his only son. I'm calling you because I want you to help me get in touch with Jiaonan. Is she in the capital? If possible, I'd like to treat her and Zai Sheng to a meal. After all, we were all a family. It wouldn't be bad to get to know them better. Up until now, Chen Jun could not figure out whether he felt more regret or more anger. The previous time he had made a trip specially down to Qingshui town to request for reconciliation, not only had he been rejected by Jiaonan, but he had even been beaten up. He had never faced such humiliation in his entire life. It seemed as though his life had been on a downward spiral ever since he met this pair of sisters. Even though that person was the one who held his heart, the selfish Chen Jun would still choose to give her up because she had embarrassed him. It was just like how he had unhesitatingly chosen to get a divorce from Jiao Zijin the moment he found out that Jiao Zijin had been cheating on him. Years ago, when he had had the deepest feelings for Jiaonan, he had chosen Jiao Zijin as his wife after betting her. Now that so many years had passed, his feelings for her had faded too. Chen Jun decided to simply find a young and beautiful 25-year-old to get married to instead. With his background, would he have to worry about not being able to find a pretty wife? As for the problem of having a stepmother, Chen Jun was not so foolish. Otherwise, given his style, Chen Feng would have gotten many younger siblings by now. Besides, father and mother Chen loved their grandson, Chen Feng, very much. As such, they would never let their new daughter-in-law do anything to their precious grandson. As long as she prioritized Chen Feng and served him well, did not drag Chen Jun down, the Chen family didn't care about whether she wanted to give birth to her own children. Of course, if she did want to have her own children, there was no way that child would ever have as much as Chen Feng, whether it be a boy or a girl. Nonetheless, that child would still grow up having much more than an ordinary child. Even though the Chen family had come up with such conditions, there had already been someone who had agreed to marry Chen Jun and to be Chen Feng's stepmother even before the new year. Hugging his tender and young wife, Chen Jun was so happy that he had almost forgotten about that old woman, Jiaonan. He had thought that that would be his life. Once he got remarried, there would eventually come a day when he would forget about Jiaonan completely. But that was not to be. Chen Jun was determined to forget his only failure with Jiaonan, but what happened afterward made him recall the existence of Jiaonan. With Wang Yang's help, Chen Jun had climbed the ladder at a much greater speed than others. After being promoted and leaving Pingcheng, Chen Jun thought that his path ahead would be smooth sailing. But reality threw Chen Jun a curveball. As the saying went, it was always good to know people in power. Without help from those in high positions, one would eventually fall from grace no matter how far one climbed up. That was exactly why Chen Jun's work had not gone smoothly lately. His friends, whom he had been on good terms with in the past, were now ignoring him. Those who had some conscience secretly let him know that someone was trying to catch a chink in his armor and asked him to tidy up his matters. Otherwise, no one would be able to save him once he was caught. Upon hearing that, Chen Jun was stunned. His career was on the rise. Wasn't it a time for him to get better and better? Who was the one who was trying to drag him down at such a time? With no other choice, Chen Jun could only think of one person who could help him, Wang Yang. Unfortunately, because Zhu Chenqi was still alive, Wang Yang had to stay by Zhu Chenqi's side. He had no time for Chen Jun. Besides, as long as Zhu Chenqi was still breathing, none of the Zhu family's assets belonged to Wang Yang. Even if Wang Yang wanted to help Chen Jun, he had no means to do so. Only if the Zhu family's assets were transferred to him would he be able to help Chen Jun out. Wang Yang instructed Chen Jun to find out who was trying to deal with him. Besides, Jiaonan had gotten married to Zai Sheng. No matter what, Jiao Zijin was Chen Jun's ex-wife and Chen Feng's biological mother. There were still feelings between them and they still had Chen Feng. As such, there was already a paved road in front of Chen Jun. He would simply have to find the Jiao family and get in contact with Zai Sheng. In fact, if Chen Jun had not gotten a divorce from Jiao Zijin, he would have been Zai Sheng's brother-in-law. No one would dare to target the brother-in-law of Zai Sheng. As such, Chen Jun had to ask the Chiao family for help. Zai Sheng's order would ensure that Chen Jun would no longer have any problems, and the person who had caused trouble for Chen Jun would find himself in trouble. It was because of this conversation with Wang Yang that Chen Jun had a tinge of regret. How was he supposed to know that Zai Sheng would choose Chiao Nan out of all the women out there? If he had not gotten a divorce from Chiao Zijin, he would have become Zai Sheng's brother-in-law. Although Chiao Zijin did not have a good relationship with Chiao Nan, he was sure that he would still be able to climb even higher than he had done with such a relationship. It was all Chiao Zijin's fault for getting into an affair, causing him to demand a divorce. If Chiao Zijin had not cheated on him, he would have been Zai Sheng's brother-in-law, and Chiao Zijin would still have been the Chen family's daughter-in-law. How nice that would be! But Chiao Zijin had ruined everything. Although both daughters of the Chiao family jinxed themselves, it seemed like Chiao Zijin was a bigger jinx. Ha ha ha! Chen Jun, that's the funniest joke I've heard this year. We're divorced. How can we still be a family? Tell me. Are you married or are you still single? Since you've already gotten remarried, don't you think it's funny that you're trying to acknowledge your ex-wife's family as your own? Chiao Zijin could not understand Chen Jun's logic. Chen Jun was the kind of man who needed women by his side. She had already been divorced from him for almost 2 years, while Chiao Nan had already been married for almost a year. Chapter 2164, Why? Could Chen Jun really have gone so long without having a woman? Of course not, unless something was wrong with his body. Chen Jun was pretentious too. Although he didn't like Chiao Zijin, he would still occasionally be intimate with Chiao Zijin over the years. There was once Chen Jun had gotten drunk and had let slip that he was willing to touch her because she was his wife and was cleaner than all those women outside. In other words, Chen Jun had the habit of having a clean woman at home for him to use. Would a man like this be able to hold off marriage? Even without Chen Jun's reply, Chiao Zijin already knew the answer. Chiao Zijin had seen through Chen Jun. She knew that Chen Jun had harbored such deep feelings for Chiao Nan for so many years exactly because of Chiao Nan's respect and love for herself. Even when Chiao Nan and Chen Jun had been dating, she would always keep her distance from Chen Jun and refuse to give herself to him until they were married. After they broke up and up until Chiao Nan had gotten married to Zai Sheng, she had remained a virgin. Chen Jun was a wild playboy, but he liked women like Chiao Nan. It was exactly because of that that Chiao Zijin couldn't understand why the remarried Chen Jun had the guts to call her, saying that they were still a family and that they should have a meal together. Chiao Zijin chuckled. She had never heard a better joke than this. If you want to treat someone to a meal, you'd better treat your current wife's family. We're already divorced. My family has nothing to do with you. Do you understand? Zai Sheng? Zai Sheng is my brother-in-law. Of course, he would soon become her husband. While Zai Sheng was still her brother-in-law, she would never let Zai Sheng have anything to do with Chen Jun. Once she married Zai Sheng, she would already be kind if she asked Zai Sheng not to deal with the Chen family for all they had done in the past. Chen Jun could dream on about Zai Sheng helping him. 1. Having been married for over 10 years, Chiao Zijin knew what Chen Jun was thinking of. Chen Jun could never even dream about having a relationship with Zai Sheng or the Zai family in the past. Now that Chiao Nan had married Zai Sheng, it had become possible. But that was only if he had not divorced her. She thought about how she had sobbed and begged Chen Jun not to divorce her and to give her another chance. At that time, Chen Jun had been nasty and evil, looking at her as though she was a pest. Now, he was even asking for a favor with such an arrogant tone. He could dream on. Chen Jun was not at all surprised that Chiao Zijin would be so proud. He understood Chiao Zijin's temper and personality well. It's been almost 2 years, but you've never come to visit Feng Feng. Don't you miss your son? I'll take this opportunity to bring Feng Feng over. Talking about it, Chen Jun felt that Qiao Zijin was rather heartless. It was not that strange for her to treat her biological younger sister, Qiao Nan, in that way. But ever since the divorce, Qiao Zijin had never been back to the Chen family's house to visit her own son. Coincidentally, Chen Feng had never made any mention of his mom, Qiao Zijin, either. Feng, she didn't want to see Chen Jun, but the mention of her son made her hesitate. You should know how we got together. You might not know this, but before Qiao Nan got married to Zai Sheng, I had an idea. I knew that you hadn't given up your feelings for Qiao Nan, so I was thinking that it would be nice for Qiao Nan to be Feng's stepmother. That way, I would be able to fulfill your wishes so that you would treat Feng better. Moreover, since Feng has already grown up, there would also be no need for Qiao Nan to give birth to any more children at her age. Although I never got the chance to bring this up to Qiao Nan, do you think she would have agreed to it? When she had first gotten married to Chen Jun, Qiao Nan had treated her pretty well, but that was not the case toward Chen Jun. Qiao Nan treated Chen Jun as a brother-in-law. Not only did she avoid getting close to Chen Jun, but she even actively avoided him. She had never once seen Chen Jun and Qiao Nan together without anyone else around. Why was that the case? After some time, Qiao Zijin naturally realized that Chen Jun had feelings for Qiao Nan, but Qiao Nan refused to accept it and avoided Chen Jun at all cost. In short, Chen Jun had never given up his feelings for Qiao Nan, but Qiao Nan felt nothing toward him anymore. Qiao Nan had never thought of seducing Chen Jun to get revenge against her. Since Qiao Nan did not even want to get revenge on her by seducing Chen Jun, it was clear that Qiao Nan had no feelings for Chen Jun at all. In fact, Qiao Nan might probably still hate Chen Jun for having done that to her. Qiao Nan's attitude toward Chen Jun had already been that way before the divorce. Now that she was Chen Jun's ex-wife and Qiao Nan didn't even want to get in contact with her own sister, who was Chen Jun as an ex-brother-in-law. He wanted to have a meal with Qiao Nan and Zai Sheng? Only Chen Jun could say something as shameless as that. Chen Jun hadn't even thought about it in that way. Before the divorce, the couple had hardly shared the same thoughts. But after their divorce, they seemed to be on the same wavelength regarding this matter. Knowing that Qiao Nan had not only gotten married before the age of 40 after he had given up on her but had even married someone 1,000 times better than him, Chen Jun was bitter. If Qiao Nan had not gotten married or had found someone worse off than him after that rejection, Chen Jun would probably not be so sour. After leaving him, shouldn't Qiao Zijin and Qiao Nan's lives be getting worse? Qiao Zijin didn't seem to be living very well, but Qiao Nan. It went without saying that marrying Zai Sheng and becoming the chief's wife made Qiao Nan a winner in life. There was nothing better than that. We're all relatives. Besides, she's always doted on Feng. I think she wouldn't refuse to meet Feng, right? At this time, Chen Jun was thankful that Chen Feng had a cordial relationship with Qiao Nan, giving him an excuse to find the Qiao family. If not for Chen Feng, it would be difficult for him to get in contact with Qiao Zijin or Qiao Nan. Qiao Zijin snorted. Do you really not know why I always threw Feng over to Qiao Nan before our divorce? Or are you pretending to be stupid? Chapter 2165, Going to Deliver the Babies. I was using Feng to provoke Qiao Nan and laugh at her failure. Not only did she have to take care of a child that caused her to break up with you, but she even had to treat him well. I only did that to make Qiao Nan suffer and prove to her that my life was better than hers. It was to remind her to be obedient to me and not try to rebel against me. Chen Feng's existence was like Chen Jun being snatched away by Qiao Zijin. They were both great shames in Qiao Nan's life. Chen Jun had asked Qiao Nan to face her own shame and to show concern for him. Wasn't it truly ridiculous that he had come up with such an idea? Don't put it that way and make me sound like an idiot. Didn't you say that you once thought of getting Qiao Nan to marry me and be Feng's stepmother so that I would get my way and Feng would be well taken care of? Don't you think that that idea is even more stupid? To Feng, Qiao Nan was his younger aunt. There was nothing wrong with an aunt looking after her nephew. But it was ridiculous to expect a woman to marry her brother-in-law just to take care of her nephew. This was not a historical drama series. How could Qiao Zijin think of such an impractical and unrealistic plan? Qiao Zijin truly had no right to be so proud in front of Chen Jun. Talk was cheap. Anyone could do that. We're the same. Stop using such sarcasm. Do you want to join in for the meal? Was she going to help him out so that he would have a chance to meet Zai Sheng? Qiao Zijin sighed. Even if I want to help you, I'm in no place to do it. If you're in a good place, Feng Feng will prosper in the future. Even if it's for Feng Feng's sake, I should help you. You're no longer my husband, but Feng Feng is still my son. It's good that you know that. Chen Jun breathed a sigh of relief. He was worried that Qiao Zijin would think that she was of a higher status now that Qiao Nan had married Zai Sheng and would be arrogant in front of him. That would make it difficult to implement his plan. Qiao Zijin had not gone over her head just because Zai Sheng was her brother-in-law. She still had a little bit of common sense left. So, Chen Jun wanted to ask when Qiao Zijin would arrange for the meal since she was going to help out in this matter, even if it was just for the sake of her son, Feng Feng, and not him. But Qiao Zijin's words were a slap in Chen Jun's face. She told Chen Jun not to count his eggs before they hatched. But you know about my relationship with Qiao Nan. She doesn't like you and your relationship with her might be different now. Qiao Nan is no longer as gullible and easily manipulated. If she was, would there have been such a huge scandal when I had contracted uremia in the first place? Qiao Nan has changed. In the past, she only treated you as a brother-in-law, but now, she might not even be willing to acknowledge me as her sister. Before Qiao Nan had gotten married to Zai Sheng, she had listened to Qiao Zijin well and had always helped her out. But after getting married to Zai Sheng, she had the power and ability to help her even more, but she refused to even acknowledge her family. She wouldn't even help her get a lowly civil service job. That was why she was still unemployed. 1. How would a Qiao Nan like that agree to have a meal with her or even bring Zai Sheng along? If it was so easy, would she still be in such a struggle that she would even bother talking to Chen Jun? She would have taken advantage of her status as Qiao Nan's sister, moved in with the Zai family, and gotten close to them and Zai Sheng to lay a solid foundation for her marriage to Zai Sheng. Why don't you give it a try? How would you know that you'll fail if you don't even try? Qiao Nan is not such a heartless person. Apart from the fact that Qiao Nan had rejected his request for reconciliation and had even found someone to beat him up, the Qiao Nan he knew was a soft-hearted and family-oriented woman. The Qiao Nan that Qiao Zijin described was too foreign to Chen Jun. Bystanders were able to see the full picture the clearest. Somehow, after speaking with Chen Jun, Qiao Zijin had a slight realization that her plan and goals seemed a little ridiculous. Qiao Nan refused to see her because of the same reason she refused to see Chen Jun. If Qiao Nan couldn't accept Chen Jun, she might not accept her elder sister either. But she was different from Chen Jun. Chen Jun had no blood relations with Qiao Nan, so it was natural for her to kick him to the side. She was different. She and Qiao Nan shared the same parents. Based on this alone, she was 1,000 times better than Chen Jun. Fine. Since you're so persistent, I'll see if I can help you out. But it won't be so soon. Why? Since she had already agreed to help out, she should do it straight away. Did she have to check the calendar and find an auspicious date? The corners of Qiao Zijin's lips curled up into a cold sneer. Do you really not know, or are you pretending to be dumb? You dared make this call without even knowing Qiao Nan's condition? You're really quite bold. No, where did your confidence come from? Qiao Nan has been married to Zai Sheng for almost a year. Even an idiot would know that Qiao Nan is pregnant with Zai Sheng's child. She's about to give birth. Do you think she'll have time for a meal with her ex-brother-in-law? Given Qiao Nan's current status, no one would be able to invite a pregnant lady like Qiao Nan out for a meal, unless he was an extremely important official. There was no way Qiao Nan would bother about Chen Jun, with whom she had such a complicated relationship. She's about to give birth. Chen Jun had not expected that at all. After that rejection, Chen Jun had chosen to ignore all news regarding Qiao Nan, especially after Qiao Nan had gotten married to Zai Sheng. If not for the fact that he had gotten into some trouble recently and needed help from Zai Sheng, he was prepared never to contact the Qiao family again. Anyway, Zhu Chenqi wouldn't last for very much longer. He had played an important role in helping Wang Yang secure the Zhu family's assets. Wang Yang had already promised him that he would help him out then. As such, Chen Jun preferred to follow Wang Yang. After all, he had paved that road for himself step by step. Chapter 2166, Concern. Qiao Nan already knew that Chen Jun had made a shady deal with Wang Yang, but there was still something that Qiao Nan didn't know. It was that Chen Jun had thought of betraying Wang Yang to spend the rest of his life with her. If Wang Yang inherited all of the Zhu family's assets, the Zhu family's power and authority would never be Chen Jun's no matter how much Wang Yang helped him. Wang Yang would still be in the equation. In fact, it would all depend on how much Wang Yang was willing to help him. On the other hand, if Qiao Nan had indeed become Zhu Chenqi's goddaughter and received all of the Zhu family's assets, all of that would become his once he married Qiao Nan. Then, he wouldn't even need to rely on anyone else. It would be easier for him to climb up that way. Perhaps, he could even reach the very top. Wang Yang was no fool and knew that Chen Jun was rather scheming as well. Chen Jun had not approached Qiao Nan with pure intentions in the first place. As such, before Chen Jun had done anything concrete, Wang Yang had warned Chen Jun that he would expose his deeds to Qiao Nan if he dared to do anything funny. If that happened, there was no way Qiao Nan would continue being in a relationship with Chen Jun, and there was no longer a point in helping Chen Jun either. Not only would he stop helping Chen Jun, but he would also take back all those advantages the Chen family had already enjoyed. Chen Jun was intelligent and he did not wish for such a situation to occur. Hence, he had no choice but to buckle down and live his life honestly. Sometimes, that was an intelligent choice. Very quickly, Chen Jun got rid of all those memories. Even though he had already gotten divorced from Qiao Zijin, no one could know about the deal he had cut out with Wang Yang, especially not Qiao Nan. If Qiao Nan were to find out about it, there was no way he would stand to gain from Zai Sheng anymore. As long as he managed to pull some strings with the Zai family, he would never have to worry about his career development in the future with the help from both the Zai family and Wang Yang. When is she due? In the blink of an eye, not only had he gotten remarried, but Qiao Nan had even gotten pregnant after getting married. She's 8 months pregnant with triplets, so it'll probably be a premature birth. She is currently in the hospital. Qiao Zijin had no qualms about sharing this piece of good news with Chen Jun. I don't know if I've told you, but my grandpa was a triplet too. I heard that it's genetics. Don't you think that Qiao Nan is really lucky? What good fortune! Indeed, 3 children could be good fortune to the Zai family, but it was not necessarily so for Qiao Nan as a mom. Because of the existence of these 3 children, Qiao Nan's life was on the line. Qiao Nan is turning 40 this year, right? And she's pregnant with 3? Is it dangerous? What did the doctor say? How could Zai Sheng allow her to do that? Does he only care about the children and not the mother? Chen Jun was anxious. Even he himself was unsure of whether he was simply concerned about Qiao Nan, or whether he was worried that he would never be able to take advantage of the Zai family if Qiao Nan were to pass away. Perhaps, it was a mix of these two feelings. Qiao Zijin gritted her teeth. She's fine. She's Zai Sheng's wife, not yours. You seemed rather concerned about her. Chapter 2167, Qiao Nan's the best. Why? Is your new wife not as pretty as Qiao Nan? Is she not as considerate or good-natured as Qiao Nan? That can't be. You liked Qiao Nan so much. Why didn't you find one like Xiao Nan? Since you already have a new one, why do you still care about the old one? Xiao Zijin was truly jealous of Chen Jun's feelings toward Xiao Nan. Even a playboy like Chen Jun could be so nervous about a woman, and that woman was her own biological younger sister, no less. Although she had snatched Chen Jun away from Xiao Nan in name, Xiao Zijin felt that she had never once held Chen Jun's heart. Even when she had been in excruciating pain while giving birth to Chen Feng, Chen Jun had not even been this anxious. Xiao Zijin was used to being pampered from a young age and had never suffered much. Childbirth was a pain that she had never once experienced in her life. Xiao Zijin nearly gave up on giving birth to that child. But her water bag had burst and she had had no other choice. Since that was the case, Xiao Zijin decided to undergo a caesarean section. She couldn't take the pain anymore. If she were to undergo a caesarean section, she would feel nothing and would even be able to forego the terrible childbirth process since the doctors would simply administer anesthetic and cut her abdomen to get the child out. Xiao Zijin couldn't care less about how she would have to recuperate from that operation. Who would have expected Chen Jun to reject Xiao Zijin's request? Natural birth was better for both the mother and child, so it was best for Xiao Zijin to endure the pain. In the end, Chen Jun had reluctantly agreed and signed the papers for a caesarean section after watching Xiao Zijin struggle for more than an hour. At that time, she had been in such pain that death was a preferable option to her. But Chen Jun had still remained calm and could even reason that a natural birth would be better for her and the child. Now, Xiao Nan had not even given birth. All Chen Jun knew was that Xiao Nan had been admitted into the hospital as a precaution, and yet, he was already so worried. Xiao Nan married Zai Sheng and became the chief's wife. Does she still need your concern? If you really want to care for someone, why don't you care for your new wife? Xiao Nan is about to give birth. You couldn't have gotten married later than Xiao Nan, right? How's it going? Is Feng Feng going to get another brother or sister? At this moment, Xiao Zijin could not care less about Chen Jun's concern toward Xiao Nan. If Chen Jun were to have a second child, that child would definitely steal some of Chen Jun's love away from Chen Feng, whether it be a girl or a boy. The existence of that child would definitely be a great threat to Chen Feng, who did not have his mother around. You don't have to. Thank you for your concern. I have a good relationship with my wife. You know very well that Feng Feng's studies are very important, so I've already discussed it with my wife. We'll think about that only after Feng Feng finishes his high school examination. Anyway, my wife is still young. Another 2 years won't matter to her. As for me, I'm working out to maintain my body. It won't be difficult to get my wife pregnant. Alright, let me know when Xiao Nan gives birth. I'll have to send something over to welcome the 3 children. Chen Jun could very obviously hear Xiao Zijin's jealousy in her voice. Yes, he was still unable to put down the past and his relationship with Xiao Nan. He hadn't found his new wife based on Xiao Nan? Chen Jun had realized after his wedding that this woman was indeed quite similar to Xiao Nan. It was just as well that Xiao Nan was giving birth. He would have an excuse to visit the 3 children. If nothing else worked, he would say that Feng Feng was finally an elder brother and wanted to meet his 3 younger siblings. That would probably work. Triplets. Xiao Nan had good fortune indeed. As for whether to worry about Xiao Nan, Chen Jun thought that it was rather ridiculous. Xiao Nan was Zai Sheng's wife. Given the Zai family's position and status, there was no way the Zai family would not be anxious now that Xiao Nan was pregnant. Perhaps, they had already found the best obstetrician and gynecologist in the entire country to deliver Xiao Nan's children. Given Xiao Nan's situation, if even Zai Sheng could not keep Xiao Nan, she might never have gotten the chance to be a mother in her entire lifetime. Alright, I've bothered you for quite a while. I'll see when I get the chance. With that, Chen Jun hung up the call. If he had not had urgent matters, Chen Jun would not have bothered listening to Xiao Zijin's sour tone all day. Before they had gotten divorced, this was exactly how Qiao Zijin had spoken as well. It was unsettling and uncomfortable to listen to. You, Qiao Zijin's face flushed red in anger when the call ended. She threw her phone down on the bed. My dad hung up on me, and now, Chen Jun hung up on me too. Chen Jun, who are you? Don't forget that you were the one to call me first. What right do you have to hang up on me? I'll be a fool if I agree to help you with this. You can dream on about taking advantage of Zai Sheng. You'll never get your way as long as I'm alive. Qiao Zijin swore to herself that once she married Zai Sheng, not only would she not help Chen Jun, but she would even try to drag Chen Jun down. She was clear about the Chen family's situation, having been part of the family for over 10 years. The Chen family was not particularly clean. At the very most, they were slightly more cautious than an average person when dealing with matters. It would be easy for her to expose the Chen family and Chen Jun for having received gifts from others. She would make Chen Jun regret the things he had done to her and for hanging up on her today. Qiao Nan had good fortune? Nonsense. She was the one who had good fortune. So what if Qiao Nan had been in a relationship with Chen Jun? She was the one who had gotten married to him in the end. This time, it would be no different with Zai Sheng. Qiao Nan would always be the one whose hard work benefited someone else. All good things in the world were hers alone. After throwing a tantrum, Qiao Zijin quickly calmed down. Now, she was even more determined to meet Qiao Nan and gain her trust so that Qiao Nan would agree to let her take care of the 3 children. As long as she succeeded, she would definitely return the humiliation she had faced at Chen Jun's hands 1,000 times over. Zai Sheng was the only way she would be able to achieve that goal of hers. Dad. Qiao Dongliang was holding the soup that he stewed for Qiao Nan. Who would have known that he would be stopped at the door to the hospital by Qiao Zijin? Why are you here? Qiao Zijin smiled and lifted up the fruits in her hand. Same as you. I'm here to see Nan Nan. Chapter 2168, Eating Together. Let's go, Dad. We shouldn't let Nan Nan wait. God knew how long she had been waiting at the door with the basket of fruits. Qiao Zijin had already thought it through. There was no way she would be allowed into the hospital alone, but Qiao Dongliang could. She didn't believe that she would be stopped if she entered alongside her dad. Dad, let's hurry. Qiao Zijin was thankful that she had caught her father at the door on the very first day she had come up with such a plan and that she had not needed to wait several days before running into him. Qiao Dongliang's expression was bitter. If you're here to see Nan Nan, why don't you go in? I was about to go in but I saw you. The father-daughter pair seemed to be playing a game with each other. Qiao Zijin knew what Qiao Dongliang meant and put on an act for him. So what if Qiao Dongliang knew that she had waited for him to visit Qiao Nan together? No one could stop her from doing that, and her father would never abandon her to visit Qiao Nan alone. Even if her dad really abandoned her, it wouldn't matter to her. Would her dad really ditch her at the door? If she was that useless, it was better not to scheme against Zai Sheng. With his arm in Qiao Zijin's, Qiao Dongliang could not even distance himself from her. As soon as he took a step, Qiao Zijin would follow suit. Qiao Zijin had never been so sticky to Qiao Dongliang, even in her childhood. Unfortunately, this was not a heartwarming scene. Contrarily, this intimate action served only to widen the distance between them. Nan Nan, I'm here to see you. The moment the door to the ward opened, Qiao Zijin announced loudly as though she was afraid that her presence was unnoticeable. Qiao Zijin sized up Zai Sheng and bowed slightly to squeeze into the room through the small space in the door. Nan Nan, look. I've brought your favorite fruits. I rushed to the capital just to see you. Are you surprised? You're my younger sister, and now that you're giving birth, how could I not be here for you? You were the one taking care of me when I gave birth to Feng Feng. There are times I can't help but wonder if I would have been able to give birth to Feng Feng safely if not for you. No wonder Feng Feng is so close to you. You're important to us. Anyone who heard Jiao Zijin's words would have misunderstood that Jiao Zijin and Qiao Nan had a close relationship. When the elder sister gave birth, the younger sister had taken care of her. Now that the younger sister was pregnant, the elder sister had traveled thousands of miles to take care of her younger sister. What a loving pair of sisters! Qiao Nan blinked but remained silent, allowing Jiao Zijin to continue with her monologue. It was only when Jiao Zijin brought the freshly cut watermelon to her door that the silence was broken. Nan Nan, this is your favorite watermelon. You loved it when you were younger, but unfortunately, our family wasn't very well-to-do and only bought one watermelon at a time. I couldn't resist buying it because of how much you like it. Apart from Zai Sheng, who did not know about Qiao Nan's childhood, Qiao Dongliang and both his daughters were clear about how Qiao Nan had spent her childhood. Eating watermelon? When had Qiao Nan ever gotten a chance to do that? Putting aside the question of whether she liked it, Qiao Nan had not even had many chances to taste a watermelon. Jiao Zijin's shameless words made it seem as though Qiao Nan liked eating watermelons when she was younger and that Jiao Zijin had saved them for Qiao Nan instead of eating the watermelons herself for Qiao Nan's sake. Qiao Dongliang wanted to cover his face. He couldn't believe that Jiao Zijin dared to say such a shameless thing. I'm sorry, Qiao Nan refused, not wanting to make any mention of her childhood in front of Zai Sheng. There was no point in doing so. Qiao Zijin loved to act, but she had no intention to play along. Before Qiao Nan could reject, Zai Sheng reached out and pushed away the watermelon in Qiao Zijin's hands. I'm sorry. Nan Nan is already 8 months pregnant. She can't eat something as cooling as watermelon. I guess you don't know that since you haven't had any pregnant women in the family recently. Zai Sheng completely ignored the fact that Jiao Zijin had once given birth, generously forgiving her reckless and ignorant behavior. There was no need to say too much. If Jiao Zijin really cared about her younger sister, Qiao Nan, she would have found out all about what pregnant women could and couldn't eat, even if she had no experience with pregnancy. What if her reckless actions brought about dire consequences? No matter how nicely she had spoken earlier, reality was truly a tight slap in her face. Qiao Zijin's expression stiffened. Could pregnant women not eat watermelon? Feng Feng was almost all grown up and her pregnancy had been quite some time ago. Qiao Zijin had absolutely no impression of what she could and couldn't eat while she had been pregnant. Besides, there had always been someone taking care of her. They had done the job of considering what she could eat. All she had needed to do was to open her mouth to eat. How would Jiao Zijin have known that her care toward Qiao Nan would have turned into such a disaster? Nan Nan, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to let you see it and not eat it. But I gave birth to Feng Feng years ago. I'm sure you've heard that women go dumb for 3 years after giving birth. My memory has deteriorated quite a lot ever since I gave birth to Feng Feng. Alright, the children's and your health are the most important now. Don't eat it if you can't. If you want to eat it, I'll buy some more once you give birth. Qiao Dongliang admired Jiao Zijin for the way she had salvaged the situation. Since Nan Nan can't eat it, you should have some. You can bring the rest home. There was a wide smile on Jiao Zijin's face. Dad, Nan Nan can't eat it. If we leave it here, the smell will tempt Nan Nan. Why don't you have a slice? Zai Sheng, don't be shy. We're all a family. Do you want to eat it together? As she said that, Qiao Zijin took the effort to take a few slices out, wanting to hand it over to Zai Sheng personally. Qiao Zijin could not help but think that she would definitely come into contact with Zai Sheng's hand when handing him this slice of watermelon. Yes, her hands were different from Qiao Nan's. Qiao Nan had worked hard and her skin was probably rough and coarse. On the other hand, she had never worked much ever since she was young. After marrying Chen Jun, she had religiously visited the beauty salon to maintain her complexion with facials, massages, and all that. Chapter 2169, Insincere. Once Zai Sheng touched her hand, he would realize how soft and silky smooth a real woman's hands should be, unlike Xiao Nan's, which were rough and coarse. With that thought in mind, Xiao Zijin could not help but blush. It was true that she was not as beautiful as Xiao Nan, but her skin definitely felt better than Xiao Nan's. The only thing good about her marriage to Chen Jun was that he had not bothered when she had spent money on visiting beauty salons, and neither had he ever stopped her. She was a woman who knew how to upkeep herself, while Xiao Nan didn't do any of that. How could Xiao Nan ever compare to her? There were undoubtedly differences among women. But once the lights went off, a woman's victory was determined by her body, and not her face. Xiao Zijin had a vivid imagination, but everything depended on whether the other party was willing to cooperate with her. I'm sorry. We don't have the habit of eating non-seasonal fruits in our family. The weather is so cold and you want to eat watermelon? As long as you're happy, I guess. At home, Zai Sheng didn't even allow Xiao Nan to eat watermelon in winter as it wasn't good for her health. Watermelons could be eaten in summer to relieve the summer heat, but one still could not have too much of it. I'm not eating any. Xiao Dongliang quickly refused and pulled Xiao Zijin aside. You're the one who likes watermelon. Since you like it, you can have more. You can even finish everything yourself. If she were to finish that watermelon, she probably wouldn't get the chance to speak again before leaving. Actually, Xiao Dongliang had already felt a little uneasy when Xiao Zijin had held out a slice of watermelon for Zai Sheng. Since the watermelon had already been cut, Xiao Zijin should have handed the plate over for Zai Sheng to take a slice for himself. It was not like Zai Sheng was a 3-year-old who needed someone to feed him. It was inappropriate for a sister-in-law to behave in this manner. Dad, did he think she was a pig? This watermelon weighed 5 kilograms. How could she finish it alone? Besides, had she come just to eat watermelon? She had come to. Xiao Zijin's gaze turned toward Zai Sheng. It was obvious that she wanted to have more interaction with Zai Sheng, even if it was just to show concern toward Xiao Nan for the time being. That didn't matter as long as Zai Sheng gained a better understanding of her through their conversations. Every woman hoped that her husband would genuinely love her, and only her. Instead of forcing Zai Sheng to accept her for the sake of Xiao Nan and the 3 children, she had better put in some effort to develop some real feelings with Zai Sheng. In that way, she could avoid creating more trouble once she married into the Zai family. Xiao Zijin wanted to let Zai Sheng and Xiao Nan know that children grew up better when their parents shared a close relationship. I'm sorry for not thinking it through and only remembering what Nan Nan likes to eat. I forgot that Nan Nan can't eat this now. Look, it was always Nan Nan taking care of me growing up. To be honest, I feel rather guilty about it. Nan Nan, you spoiled me too much. Since we have such a good relationship, you should teach me how to be more like you too. Besides, I'm your elder sister. I should take more care of you. Xiao Zijin said as she walked toward Xiao Nan, wanting to hold Xiao Nan's hand. Zai Sheng stood in the way and stopped Xiao Zijin in her tracks. You just came in from outside and you haven't even washed your hands. Don't get near Nan Nan. This isn't good for Nan Nan or the children. As for Xiao Zijin's monologue, not one out of the 3 of them gave any response. Especially Xiao Nan. Zai Sheng had already told her that she wouldn't have to worry about anything as long as he was around. As such, Xiao Nan had already decided to act dead all the way upon seeing Xiao Zijin appear. She would let Zai Sheng handle everything. It was about time for Zai Sheng to fulfill his duties as a father and husband to protect her and the children. Xiao Zijin could not help but feel embarrassed. I am not dirty. So, why did he have to stop her? Xiao Nan was not made of gold or jade. Could others not even touch her? You have germs on you. You can't see germs with the naked eye, Zai Sheng replied indifferently, merely stating the facts. I believe what you said. Since you were young, you have always been the one getting taken care of. That's why you don't even have any common sense now. It's necessary to change your clothes and wash your hands when approaching pregnant women and newborn babies. Actually, it doesn't matter even if you don't have any common sense, but I heard that you're a university graduate. You can always read up and widen your knowledge. Don't make such low-level mistakes. 1. In short, there was no way Qiao Zijin was going to touch Qiao Nan. Yes, Zai Sheng is right. Zijin, didn't you realize that I haven't gotten near Qiao Nan either? Qiao Dongliang was different from Qiao Zijin. The first thing that Qiao Zijin had done after arriving was cut the fruits she had brought so that she could get close to Qiao Nan and Zai Sheng. On the other hand, Qiao Dongliang had gone off to the toilet to wash his hands thoroughly. Nan Nan, are you hungry? Do you want to have some soup? Unlike the fruits that Qiao Zijin had bought, the soup that Qiao Dongliang had made was suitable for pregnant women. Let me help. The moment Qiao Zijin saw her chance, she immediately pushed Qiao Dongliang aside, wanting to snatch Qiao Dongliang's flask of soup away from him to pour some out for Qiao Nan. Nan Nan, Dad spent a lot of time making this soup. It's very nutritious. Smell it. It's so fragrant. You should have more. You know, when I was pregnant, it was always you and Mom taking care of me. Dad didn't even help out. I'm so jealous that Dad's made soup for you this time. Dad's so good to you. Her mom was good to her, but her dad was good to Qiao Nan. So Qiao Nan had better not feel wronged or get upset at the unfair treatment in the Qiao family. Each parent had their favorite. Qiao Nan had never been shortchanged. Qiao Dongliang was stunned for a moment, but the moment he saw Qiao Zijin pouring the soup, he fumed. Zijin, didn't you hear Zai Sheng? You didn't even wash your hands. How could you pour the soup for Nan Nan? If possible, Qiao Dongliang did not mean to ask Qiao Zijin to wash her hands. He wanted her gone. An insincere heart was an insincere heart, after all. Qiao Zijin still had not gone off to wash her hands after all that talk. Chapter 2170, Not Free. Oh, right. Let me wash my hands. Qiao Zijin was left with no other choice since Qiao Dongliang had given her a slap in the face with his words. Her expression stiffened, but she maintained her smile as she headed to the toilet. But before Qiao Zijin could step into Qiao Nan's private bathroom, Zai Sheng took a step forward and blocked the door. The handle on this toilet isn't very good. It's easily broken. I think it's broken now and you can't open the door. Really? Qiao Zijin was doubtful and stepped forward to test it out herself. As Qiao Zijin's hand reached out and was about to touch his own, Zai Sheng frowned. Was Qiao Zijin retarded? Zai Sheng was never one to get close to outsiders, especially women. Zai Sheng had already held it in once when Qiao Zijin had enthusiastically offered him watermelon earlier. This time, he had not even retracted his hand before Qiao Zijin reached out. In an instant, Zai Sheng's gaze darkened. His sharp gaze threw Qiao Zijin off and she retracted her hand. It was as though someone had pricked her and she nearly jolted. Seeing that Qiao Zijin had finally given up, Zai Sheng finally retracted his own hand and walked aside to create some distance between him and Qiao Zijin. Because Zai Sheng had stood so far away from her, Qiao Zijin was afraid yet upset. Did he really treat her as a walking bacteria carrier? It was not like she would eat him up if he got any closer. But Qiao Zijin kept her thoughts to herself. She reached out and tried to open the door, but it was indeed stuck. This hospital looks good from the outside, but how could the door to the toilet be spoiled? What if Nan Nan needs to use the toilet urgently? She can't possibly walk a long distance just to use the toilet, right? Nan Nan is a pregnant woman, and her belly has gotten so big. It's dangerous for her to do that. If Nan Nan can walk, why would she even need to be here? This is ridiculous. Zai Sheng, why don't we get Nan Nan another room or another hospital? Qiao Zijin wanted to show off that she was actually brilliant in daily life so as to capture Zai Sheng's heart. But Qiao Zijin was truly a fool who had no common sense. Of course. She had no idea how to repair such advanced technology like a spoiled lock. There's no need for that. Zai Sheng immediately rejected Xiao Zijin's suggestion. There's no need to go through that trouble. This lock is good sometimes. When Nan Nan needs it, it's perfectly fine. Now that Xiao Zijin wanted to use it, it was faulty. Upon understanding what he meant, Xiao Zijin pursed her lips, not knowing what to say. When had door locks become so advanced that they could pick whom they wanted to allow in? I'll go to the main toilet then. Xiao Zijin could feel that Zai Sheng didn't want her to use this toilet. Zai Sheng was her future husband and she had already planned it through. Once she got married to Zai Sheng, she didn't want to live a life full of arguments like she had done in the past with Chen Jun. Husbands and wives should live peacefully and in harmony. Only then would the marriage last. Zai Sheng had heard too many bad things about her, and the person who had told him about those things was Xiao Nan. That was why Zai Sheng had no choice but to believe those things about her. Once she had more interactions with Zai Sheng, he would naturally realize her true nature. That way, she would clear up all those misunderstandings and Zai Sheng would probably be more accepting of her. All these were just small obstacles in the way of her marriage to Zai Sheng. As long as she managed to overcome them, her life with Zai Sheng would be smooth sailing. With such a thought in mind, Xiao Zijin didn't make a fuss about the weird door lock and good-naturedly said that she would wash her hands in the main toilet instead. Xiao Zijin was always such a mild-tempered person. It was Xiao Nan who was ruining her image in front of Zai Sheng. But did Xiao Nan really think that she would be able to hide her true nature from them forever? Xiao Zijin took a deep breath and smiled widely at her reflection in the mirror. Come on. Persevere through it. Happiness was coming soon. She had to be serious about it. With a serious attitude never seen before in Xiao Zijin, she washed her hands clean before returning to Xiao Nan's ward to look for Xiao Nan and Zai Sheng. But this time, although Zai Sheng had opened the door, he had no intentions of allowing Xiao Zijin in. Xiao Zijin had not managed to enter, and Xiao Dongliang had walked out with an empty flask. Nan Nan is sleepy and she just fell asleep. Let's not disturb her. Let's leave for the day. Besides, didn't you come for a holiday? Take this opportunity and visit all the places you haven't. Don't waste your time here. Because of Zijin's appearance, he had not managed to talk to Nan Nan. At the mention of this, Xiao Zijin was upset. But an idea flashed past her mind and she turned toward Zai Sheng. Zai Sheng, it's my first time in the capital and I don't really know any good places to visit. Do you have any recommendations? If Zai Sheng was free and could bring her around, that would be perfect. But Xiao Zijin knew that the possibility of that happening was low. Xiao Nan was lying in the hospital and about to deliver at any moment. There was probably no way Zai Sheng was going to leave Xiao Nan's side to bring her around unless Xiao Nan asked him to do so. Unfortunately, Xiao Zijin could only glance at Xiao Nan in disappointment. Xiao Nan was already lying down with her back facing them. Just get yourself a copy of a tourist guide. Otherwise, you can sign up for 1-day or 3-day courses. They're all quite convenient. Zai Sheng did not give her a direct rejection but some very good suggestions. Even Xiao Zijin was stunned. Shouldn't he have recommended places like the Forbidden City, the Great Wall, or Tiananmen? He had simply asked her to check up on everything herself. But words made her eyes hurt. Oh, all right. Thank you. When I get the chance, I'll treat you to a meal. Even if Zai Sheng had not done his job as a host, Xiao Zijin had to thank him. Otherwise, she would lose the chance of getting in touch with Zai Sheng. I'm not free. All right, Zai Sheng had ended the conversation there. But Xiao Zijin couldn't flare up and get upset at him. If Zai Sheng was willing to acknowledge Xiao Zijin as his relative, it would be out of kindness. But he was also being dutiful by not acknowledging her. After all, his wife was still lying in the hospital with their 3 children.